Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, lived a young princess named Anastasia. Anastasia was very kind, and every day she would run to the forest and play with the animals. She would play leapfrog with the frogs, and the birds would sing her beautiful songs. To her this was paradise. She enjoyed every day playing with the animals. When she came home at night, she told her father about the games she played and the fun she had in the forest. These stories just made him so happy to hear. Then one day she went to the forest, but the animals were not there. She thought they were playing hide and seek. She looked in the trees and the birds were not there. She looked under rocks. The turtles were not there. She looked in the caves and the bears were not there. Not one animal was there. She was sad and went home and began to cry. Finally, she just laid in bed vowing never to get out of it until the animals came back home. Her father was so sad, that he sent his soldiers looking through the forest for signs of the animals, and every day they came back reporting they had found nothing. Then one day, Anastasia was awoken by a beautiful song. It was her friend the bird. It was sitting on the window whistling for Anastasia to wake up. Anastasia woke with such delight and ran to the window, but the bird flew to a tree outside. She quickly ran down the stairs and out of the castle to see the bird. Each time she got close, the bird would fly off to another tree. Then another. As she ran, the sun was racing across the sky. Soon the sky became dark. Anastasia was lost and sat by a tree and began to cry. The bird now was gone. Soon, she heard a voice. "Don't cry, little one. What is wrong?" said an elderly woman. Anastasia looked startled and told her that she was looking for her bird friend and got lost. The elderly woman put her hand out and said, "Come to my house tonight and I will help you find your friend in the morning, then I will help you find your way back home." What Anastasia didn't know was this was a witch who stole all the animals in the forest because she was jealous of Anastasia's kindness. As the two entered into the house, the old woman pointed to a door and told her to sleep in there. As Anastasia opened the door, the elderly lady pushed her into the room and locked it. Anastasia pounded on the door with no avail. As she turned around, she saw all her animal friends in the room. She ran to hug all of them. She was so happy now. "Don't worry, my dad will come and rescue all of us," Anastasia told the animals. "No, he won't," said the old lady looking through a hole in the door. "He didn't find the animals and he won't find you." She then slammed the little hole in the door closed. A few hours later, Anastasia heard the old woman sleeping and crept up to the door. Looking out the hole, she saw the keys and told the bird to fly to get them. The bird flew out the window and grabbed the keys and brought them back. Anastasia unlocked the door and the animals slowly and quietly left the house. As the last animal left the house, Anastasia was startled as the old woman was standing in front of her. "You are leaving my house, without even saying goodbye or thank you," said the old woman. "I will put a curse on you to stay here forever," she said as she raised her magic wand in the air. As she did, the bees flew to buzz around the old woman's head. She began to wave her arms to get the bees away and began to run. However, in her blindness she fell into the well, causing a rush of flames flying into the air. Anastasia and the animals quickly ran back to the castle. The sun was rising and the king was worried that he would never see his daughter again. He looked out over the kingdom and he saw her and the animals running to the castle. He ran down and hugged her. She told him about how heroic the bees were, how the octopus grabbed the queen and how she was asking for help out of the well. The king laughed and made a proclamation that no animals would be harmed in the kingdom again and the queen bee would rule the bees forever. Anastasia, her dad and all the animals lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you for joining, and as always, please like this page, comment, share and subscribe.